Hello, Rob here from the Flanagan Homestead. I'm here filling up my firewood stand. It's the 4th of July. All the bundles that I had out in the stand, I don't know if you can see the stand through the slats here, are all gone. People are going camping and having campfires while they sit out and watch fireworks. So I don't want to miss out on the sales. I'm down here making more bundles in the back of my Commander. This is wonderful for making them and transporting them to the shed. But I have one issue that I've come up with. Traditionally, I've burned a lot of alder because it's all over my property, and a little bit of maple and some fir as well. But the alder dries out really fast. But I had a bunch of more hardwood. There's a little bit of cottonwood, which is not the best firewood in here, but it's a lot of maple. And I cut this 2 years ago now, I believe, and then I stacked it in here. And I've been making bundles, but I've been checking, because I want to sell a good product, I've been checking with a moisture meter, the moisture level, and I have a fair amount that I'm like, it's too wet, it's too moist, I don't want to sell it. And one is a variety of wood, it dries out longer, it takes longer. And two, I had it stacked in here, there's not a lot of airflow. I did leave space between every row, although they're falling over now. But I did leave space between every row so that there'd be airflow and it can dry out, because the moisture comes out at the end of the log more so than the sides. But it's been frustrating. So normally I would work my way from the front back, and it's nice and consistent and even. But what I found is I did these rows back here months before I did these rows, and even though they're the ones that are further out, they're not quite cured. And so I've been throwing over the stuff that's not cured and then using what is, and made myself a little pathway to where I'm getting back to these back 3-4 rows, because these are significantly drier. So unfortunately, I don't have a way of accessing this shed from the back. I really thought when I stacked these in here that it was going to be plenty dry by the time I came in here, but it's not. So once again, I'm climbing back and trying to get things. So here's more wood that needs to go into the shed. I have my splitter right over there. I'm processing it and just chucking it here. It's been here since last summer. Over the winter, I had to put a big tarp over it, although I kept the tarp from hanging over the sides too far and to the ground, because I didn't want to hold moisture in. So that should be fairly dry. But those of you done firewood, am I going to dry quicker here, or stacking it in the shed and leaving rows, leaving gaps between rows to let it cure out? And so because this is taking longer, and I do have a lot of maple over here still, I've been spending a lot of time developing my campground, getting that ready to open the Hobbit house. I should be done with that in about 2 days, and I think I'm going to hire some young men to come in here and process the rest of these logs. There's some more on the other side of the trailer and some more up on the property. But because this harder wood is taking longer to cure, I want to get this cut and split really quickly. I know, and experience tells me, if I was to just stack them in single rows out here in the sun, they would dry much faster. But here in Washington State, it rains so much that then you're trying to cover it, and then the wind blows it off, and it's not a good cover. And so the next thing you know, and the other thing is, I don't want to move wood more than I have to. I'm not young enough to do that multiple times. I don't want to split it, stack it out here, then stack it in the shed later, and then make bundles and move it. I want to just split it, throw it in a pile, I actually use my excavator to move it over to the woodshed, stack it up there, and then be done with it. Thanks for joining me on the Flanagan Homestead, where Christmas trees are my business, teaching, cleaning, horticulture is my job, and outdoor projects are my passion. Hope to see you again soon. Be blessed, everyone.